everybody? Welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is D-Shine, and today I'm here to talk about The Boys Season 3 finale kinda sucking. Now, all disclosure, if you follow me long enough, you know I am very active on Twitter, @CGM Show. I am all over the place. I've gotten replies from James Gunn. I've gotten replies from Rob Liefeld. I'm all over the place. So, I'm always on there. I follow a lot of people, Superwise, a lot of people on there. And every once in a while, I comment on things. And, sometimes I get a lot of likes and a lot of comments on it. Well, something that I brought up in my boys' review that I said I was going to make a video about is how I think that season finale, was kind of lame. And I don't see a lot of people talking about it. Most people thought it, most people are cutting it, an insane amount of slack, which just kind of points to the idea that, when people are into certain things, they're willing to let other things slide. In my mind, I'm gonna up top. If The Boys was an MCU show and it had a finale the way that finale went down, it would not have gone over as well as it did. But last week, the co-creator of it, I think it's I always forget his name, but one of the co-creators was commenting about it, talking about how all people, pretty much talking shit about other shows' finales and talking about how The Boys are so good and how you can't, all this shit. And I posted something and I said something. I was like, dude, nothing really happened in this finale. And I wanted to elaborate on that because it kind of blew up. I got a lot of likes and retweets and whatnot on that tweet. And my personal opinion, that finale was kind of lame. And why it was lame was that in the entire show is introducing new concepts, some new characters, ideas, and you're like, okay, how is this going to play in the future? They introduced Payback, this older group that were there before the Seven. Before the Seven, there was Payback, led by Soldier Boy, this badass sort of Captain America-like character. And, we discover Soldier Boy, and we discover this new Vought thing to give people temporary superpowers. Well, there's so much that was going on in the show. Huey kind of let his, his inferior, let his, God damn it, why am I having such a hard time saying inferiority? I can't say that word for some reason. But he let his, you know what I mean. He let his ego and whatnot kind of get to him. He was going down a darker path. Mother's Milk was dealing with his stuff. Everyone was dealing with something. That all seemingly, for the most part, got wrapped up in a way where nothing really happened. I mean, Yumiko lost her powers. She lost her powers. It was so much going on. But at the end of the day, when that season finale had wrapped up, nothing really changed. Huey and Starlight were back together, like nothing had ever happened. The actual boys group together are back together with Butcher and everything, like nothing has ever happened. Sure, it sounds like they're going to be more diplomatic about things going forward, but they're essentially in the same place they were when they started. Soldier Boy is once again back inside of a stasis pod like they found him when they first discovered him. Yumiko has her powers back like she had at the beginning. The only thing, sure, Maeve doesn't have her powers anymore, but they've already shown with Yumiko that they can just give her powers back with anytime they want during the course of the next season. So that's something that can come back. There was this huge surprise twist that Soldier Boy is Homelander's father. But that twist doesn't really lead anywhere. It leads to this interesting conversation and this interesting reflection on Soldier Boy's part. And like I said, it leads to an interesting reflection, but inevitably, it doesn't really go anywhere. Now, granted, you could say that the discovery of his true father led to him being a little bit softer towards his son when taking him in. But he got the information where his son was episodes ago. Episodes ago. So, before the finale, maybe 1 or 2 episodes ago. So, he was gonna go pick his son up regardless. And he might have been the same way. So, really, the whole twist with him being his father didn't really lead to much, because because I thought when that twist happened, I was like, either he's gonna kill him, or either Homelander's gonna kill Soldier Boy, or something's gonna happen. Like, I'm thinking something is gonna happen with this, or Soldier Boy is gonna team with Homelander and they're gonna be father and son together. But no, they just fought, and Homelander got put in and Soldier Boy got put in a pod, and they decided that, and Butcher had a change of heart and decided that taking care of him is stopping Soldier Boy is a lot more, Soldier Boy is a real threat over even Homelander, which I disagreed with. I'm not sure. Like, I know he cares about the kid, but personally, I'm not quite sure if I would have done it. Like, you've come this far, turning back now, like, there's still no one. Soldier Boy's the only person who could potentially kill Homelander, and now he's not going to. Or at least take away Homelander's powers. So, I'm not even sure there. Like, by the time the show had wrapped up, like, it kind of felt like they just moved pieces around. It didn't actually feel like anything major happened. I mean, when the biggest thing that happened was the death of Black Noir, who, I'm sorry, who gives a fuck about Black Noir? The dude had nothing to do for the first 2 seasons, really, and we only started discovering stuff about him this season, but he wasn't that fucking interesting, and I always thought he was supposed to be on par with Homelander. At the very least, he could do as good of a job as Maeve did at fighting him, but no, he just gets killed. Like, I thought maybe he had a healing factor or something, but no, he just gets punched through the gut and it just dies. That's it. It was just like, well, okay. Like I said, even like nothing really happens. Like, even with A-Train in the Deep, sure, the Deep's not with it's little stuff. He's not with his girlfriend anymore, but he's still an asshole. He's still the dude he was when the season started. A-Train is feeling conflicted, but him and his brother are still basically at the same place where they started, because they went from not really talking to each other because he didn't want to see him to not talking to each other, because now he has because his brother doesn't want to see him. Like, but they're still in the same place. They just move pieces around. Literally, the only major character that died, was Black Noir. Nothing, like I said, I do feel bad because nothing really happened. By the time the show wrapped up, everyone other than Homelander with his son were in almost the exact same place they started. And I just thought that was interesting. Now, sure, Starlight has quit working for the Seven and whatnot, and sure, Maeve is on the run, but like, they're so small. Like, it was nothing major other than Homelander getting his son, which I think could be considered something major, but like, I don't know. I feel like in comparison to some of the stuff that happened in the other finales, in comparison, it felt like, ironically, it felt like the finale of a Marvel Disney Plus show. Ironically, it felt like a lot was happening, or like in terms of quality, it felt a lot was happening, and that's probably my description of this season. Great acting. I believe in the characters. It's still a great show. I still gave it an 8.5. But that finale, to me personally, was sort of weak, because like I said, I just feel like everyone pretty much ended up in nearly the same spot they started. Outside of a couple characters, nothing major really happened when it came to the end. In fact, you can argue Homelander realizes that he shouldn't be leading things, and Edgar, Giancarlo Esposito's character, will probably pop back up, will probably come back over to take over. Like, I don't know. Like, to me personally, I was expecting more out of that finale, and what I ended up getting was okay. It was okay. It was a decent finale. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. But like, but in comparison to the rest of the show, that finale was sort of weak. It was sort of weak. And I just wanted to put that out there, because I do see so many people like in denial about how weak that finale was. They're just like, nah. They don't want to really even think about it. But I mean, hell, Stranger Things' fucking season finale was way better than this. Way better. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Guy Movie Show again. Please like, subscribe. And what did you think of The Boys finale, The Boys Season 3's finale. Did you love it? Did you have issues with it? Or do you agree with me that when you really take a step back and look at all the pieces, most of the pieces, I'd say 7 out of the 10 pieces all ended up back where they started. But anyways, that's just my opinion. Thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show again. Please do like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.